I'm the CEO of Fit Gym Salons and Spa. I'll be coaching the ladies on their road to a size 10. And for that to happen, you have to stay focused and no pain, no gain. Be determined, be consistent, and remember that it's about fun. So have fun. Come on, ladies, are you ready?
I think we should, okay. Welcome back. All right, let's see. Frederick Omorive, a 66-year-old retired federal civil servant, and his wife, Evelyn, have been arrested by the Delta State Police Command in Asaba for reportedly sitting for examinations in one of the miracle centers operating in the state for 2 of their children. According to reports, Omorive and his wife were arrested at the venue of the examination by plainclothes policemen working on a tip-off. It was also gathered that the 2 children had earlier sat for the examination thrice actually, without passing despite series of lessons. Now, what are your thoughts on this? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at YourviewTVC _ENT and hashtag Yourview so that we can get it, all right? Okay, so this story is hot because there are various reactions. Someone saying, well, I thought it was cute. But someone saying, how can senior citizens do like this? But it's like, well, they're just like old and like, you know what, I have kids and maybe they know that life is not as hard as we make it look. So maybe just sit for this for children and give them.
It's just a reflection.
21 years imprisonment for exam malpractice. I remember
14 years for
14
SSC.
Years for SSC. Yeah. So 21 years, I think, for JAM. I remember they drummed it into my ear very well when I was writing. So the parents should know. They don't want to go for... But then again, I know for a fact that the ongoing GCE exams, WAEC failed to provide apparatus for a practical examination, physics practical that they did on, I think on Monday. They failed to provide the necessary apparatus that the students needed. If you needed to do, what's it called, pentagon with a rope, and then they gave you a ruler, they just abandoned the students in the exam hall.
Which
to
center
do practical.
is this? You have to be very specific because the
center is in Ajegule.
It's not possible that it's all the centers.
Tolu,
maybe that center is
Bola Ige Memorial Secondary School, Lagos State government-owned school. And they abandoned the students to carry out practical exams without apparatus.
Abandon is a strong
word. Now, if the results come, they left them without apparatus. If you
wait, listen. Now you're only saying your own side of the story. It is possible something happened. What if they had sent and somebody for some reason did not get there to deliver? It is possible. So
and he had an accident on the way.
Stop making a case for WAEC.
Let's not stop assuming. You don't know. Have you heard
I have a first-hand experience because somebody close to me is writing the exam. That WAEC did not bring it to the end of the exam. Or that they have a WAEC supervisor in the center and that person did not come.
Can we get back?
Our focus is not WAEC.
Can we get back?
Our focus is WAEC. No. The focus is the parents, but I am making a case for the parents.
Congratulations. But what we're talking about today is that 2 senior citizens were sitting exam for their children, and that's the focus of our hot topic.
On that matter, it is a reflection of our society. A society that we do not uphold morals. We do not believe that you should work hard and pass, study for your exam and pass. And if you are found wanted academically, you should be probably put into another training or technical school. It's a society that win at any cost, and then they will just appreciate you. Make money at any cost, and everybody will just jump and hail you. That is the function of the society. That is why a 66-year-old man would go and how would he disguise himself and sit down and write the exam?
Is it possible, Jumoke, that...
and when they say miracle centers, I don't know what they mean by miracle centers.
I will explain.
Where they ignore everything, where you can come with your...
Where they organize the results for students, where you go and sit for an exam, and the answers have been done, the exam has been done for you. Someone else will sit in your place. That's what they call a miracle center.
Do you remember? I'm not interested anymore. Let's...
Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay. I think that it's misplaced priorities, meaning that we think that without education, people cannot be who God has ordained them to be. What do I mean by that? For anyone who's reached the level of SSC, you're not a child anymore. You're 16, 17, 18, you're an adult. So at that point, if you've failed SSC 3 times, I think that you should look elsewhere. But because our society does not encourage us, for instance, a child growing up and is very fantastic in carpentry work, woodwork and things like that, everybody wants their children to be doctors or lawyers. I have 3 degrees from the University of Lagos. I've never used any of them for anything. If you allow your children to focus on their passion, now these children have failed SSE 3 times, and because of your desire, SSE, and because of your desire for them to go to the university, you go and commit a crime. Because sitting for exam for your children is a crime. Why don't you let them do other things? For instance, let me use my tailor as an example. If you take your clothes to her 3 days to your event and bring 100,000 naira, she's not going to sew it because she has a lot of clothes. Now, this is somebody in the line that I believe God has put her in, and she's doing well for herself. There are lawyers that are unemployed.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's the reality of life. But the truth is that let us look at it from the angle of the senior citizens. Is it possible that they said, you know what, you've done this thing 3 times, you've failed. This life is not as hard as the government or they're making it look. If I do this for you, it doesn't make it right. If I do this for you, hopefully you can now get to the next phase. But should they actually, can you criminalize senior citizens for the act that this senior citizen did? Can you really criminalize it?
An offense is an offense. There's a, for every action, there's a punishment for every action. I feel bad that parents are encouraging this. Even somebody as old as 66 would encourage this. It just shows really how our minds, how decayed our minds have gone. But you see, when we talk about people failing 3 times, at least we have a testimony of our president failing 3 times. Do you understand? And then he still won. People have written JAMB 3 times, 4 times, and then they passed it the 5th time, and they went through school. Okay. So it is not, we shouldn't encourage our children to feel that when they fail, it is the end, or they should cut corners to achieve success. Right. It is not worth it if you are cutting corners to achieve the success.
Let me take Bola Oscar. Good morning, Bola. Are you there?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I so unfortunate that I'm not watching that this morning.
You're not watching?
Yeah, I'm not watching.
Okay.
I know them, but I know what the person did. So I don't want to waste the time. I don't know what you're talking about. So can I just give the clue so that I can just...
All right, well, thank you so much. Now, let's go to where Nima was driving earlier. 1 second, I'll let you go, Nima. Now, let's go to what probably could have caused this, right? Why would anybody be ready to take that kind of risk in committing that kind of crime? What could have led to this, which is where you're talking about the WAEC angle.
Why students even fail in the first place? Now, if a student has been properly trained to do an exam in a particular way, and then you fail to provide that apparatus, it automatically means that student will fail. If you're taking a practical exam and you don't have the tools to carry out practical exam in science, for instance, automatically you have failed. So is WAEC setting the student to fail in the first place?
I have a question for you,
If the parents are passionate about their students, their children's education, and they want to do this, what contribution is WAEC making to even provoke them to do this in the first place?
I have a question for you, Nima. Now, if the children have been trained to use ropes, WAEC fails to supply ropes, what are the parents who are sitting for those students going to use? So this argument, wait, I don't think it holds water.
Let's take Bolanle's call. Good morning, Bolanle. Are you there? I'm sorry for keeping you on, Bolanle.
Okay, let me answer you now. The parents on their own will not know the extent to which their children, because they are pushed by their love. But my problem is with the organizers of exams failing to provide what they will use. I won't even write an exam for my child.
Now,
do you understand?
If this happens to WAEC, and you can gather the evidence. You can even gather the evidence that the examination wasn't well conducted. Maybe you come to the examination hall and they say you're supposed to have your exam between 3 and 4, and they didn't bring papers until 3:30.
Yes.
Or they bring papers and they didn't give you pencil, or they didn't give you what you need. All you need to do is go through the proper procedure, document what happened
in your answer sheet.
In which answer sheet?
I have a call from Abubakar. Abubakar, are you there?
2 wrongs don't make it right.
I'm hearing you.
Good morning. Please go ahead from Port Harcourt. Hi, Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt is cool with the light reading this morning.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, sir.
My contribution this morning is actually in this country, the majority problem we have is from women, from our mothers, because when you grow up, you quite understand if your mother is against you when you're taking the wrong steps. your mother should be against you when you are taking the wrong step. But your mother should be on your side when you are taking the right step. If a mother is seeing his children failing WAEC for 3 times, can that mother ask himself what God has prevented the children from? Is that father to go to university?
What about the father?
What about the father?
They should think of this.
Okay, what about the father?
Number one, they should look at what is the record of the history. I want us to look at it this way. There is a letter of Abraham Lincoln, letter to my son teacher. I don't know how many of us have read about it. But if so many of us have read about it, there is in the middle where Abraham Lincoln said, it is quite honorable to fail than to succeed.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abubakar. I think I get the point. Thank you. Let's see some tweets, Jumoke. Do you have some tweets, please?
Yes, I have a few tweets. Sunday Tade says, well, they were caught, but take note, I feel it's almost equable to parents registering students in miracle centers. Exactly. Olawale says, Jumoke, the candidate Alaja is talking about must be dull. In GCE, there is nothing like using apparatus. It's alternative to practical. Tijani Adeusi said, it shows the level of which our moral have gone. 66 years, I know malpractice happens, but at that age, it's barbaric.
Okay, let's take
Those parents have gone out of their maternal and paternal emotions to show their undying love for their kids, but they were unlucky. That's J40.
That's what I saw it at. That's why I connected. I thought it was so cute.
Tokwe was saying something about answering Uwa and Nima and saying that if there was something wrong, like your children complained at the first exam that the examiners came late, the second exam, we weren't given the right apparatus, the third one, something else, also faulting SSC, go as parents, write a petition. It's not to, it's not to go and sit for the exam.
All right, I think that's all we can take on this. We have to take a quick break. When we return, how to actually sustain your business online. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, you don't need a building to start a successful business. In fact, some of the most successful businesses can be run entirely online. Keeping your business digital can save you thousands of naira in rent, expenses, and other things. Now, how do you sustain a business online? Joining us this morning is an online marketing expert and founder, American Internet Business School, Dr. Tokwe Banwo. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
That's a new school, right? Because I haven't heard about it. Because I know you've been coming here for a while. I've not really heard about that school.
Yeah, we just started.
Oh, really? So what is this online school? What is it about? And how do you sustain a business online, actually?
Well, it's not, I even think it's a wrong question. The question is not how do you sustain a business online, is that why you must sustain your business online. Because that is where everybody is going right now, all right? And in another couple of years, if you don't have your business online, you probably won't be in business for long. So, of course, when you talk about how to sustain, there are many ways to do that. I mean, obviously, everybody talks about website, but we are moving beyond where we just have a website. Now you have to learn, how does that website make sales for me, all right? So, it's what a lot of companies in Nigeria are still just becoming aware of. For instance, things like affiliate marketing is one of them, where you can recruit independent marketers to market your products and they get a commission online as they sell. Like all these people on Facebook who are tweeting and doing stuff, they can tweet about your business. And every time they make a sale, you pay them a commission, but you don't pay them until they make a sale. So it's like when you see Jumia or Konga on Facebook now, you see all those banners, most of them are not even by those companies. They are by people who are marketing for them. On their behalf. That's one way. Another way you can sustain your business online is having what is called a marketing funnel. For instance, where when people visit your site, I'm sure many of us have seen that, where you visit a site and then they ask for your information for you to get something free or to subscribe to a newsletter. What those who are doing that are doing is that they are taking your information into what is called an autoresponder, and then they can continue to market you by email thereafter.
But if you say online business is the future,
yes,
Nigeria, we have like over 170 million people.
Yes.
And the truth is that a huge number of them are still not online.
True.
I don't have the exact numbers.
Yes.
Now, if I go to somewhere, maybe let's just say another state, maybe Ekiti State, for example. Okay, let me not use another state outside Lagos, outside Lagos State, anywhere outside Lagos State.
Yes.
And I have a product, and I want to go online. Yes. How do I drive that kind of sale? Okay, well, I know online is not about the region, actually. It can be anywhere.
Anywhere.
But my worry is that ordinary POS, you go somewhere in maybe outside Lagos State, and they still don't have, even within Lagos State, they still don't have POS. So how do I trust a website and say, okay, I'm giving you my details? People just don't have that trust issue. Yeah, the market is here, we know. But getting that number to trust an online service is still a huge, especially outside Lagos. Do you understand my question?
Well, I'm not even sure you're correct. That is the assumption. Okay. But when you look at a conga that does maybe 5,000 sales a day.
You're naming brands on our...
No, I'm sorry. If you look at an email, an e-commerce site that is doing 5,000 sales a day, obviously people are putting their credit online and buying. People don't have that much problem anymore. Okay? Even if they do, we are going to overcome it. 7 years ago, I know of a lady who was begging banks, all right, for them to have a debit card. And they are talking about fraud. How can we give Nigerians cards so that they go to a machine and they will defraud us? 7 years ago, she ran around for a year. Nobody was going to support her, and she gave up. Somebody came 2 years later, and now everybody's got a debit card on them. Same way, I can predict that for you right now. In the next 3 years, if you are not selling online, you are leaving 70% of your money on the table. I've seen people buy phone of 200,000 on the internet now.
True.
I've seen people buy stuff of 30,000 every day. A lot of young boys, and the part that even concerns me most is that we complain about unemployment in Nigeria. We have a unique opportunity to solve our unemployment problem in less than 3 months. All these governments that are talking.
So how do you start that? How do you start
Simply,
your small online business?
Very simple. Okay, you go online. To start an online business that will not even cost you 20,000 if you know what to do, where to go. To set up a website, you have many of them that are free, where you can create your own store right there online. But I'm talking about a situation where, let's go back a bit to India, 15 years ago. When the IT thing was just booming, India recognized an opportunity. They also had about 70% unemployment rate at that time. What they did was they recognized opportunity to disperse all their citizens abroad and earn foreign exchange for their country. So they invested in IT for their graduates. And today, Indians are all over the world providing this. Nigerians also have the opportunity because Nigerians are above average intelligence compared to the rest of the world, have lived there. We have millions of graduates who are skilled in something, but they have no job. Imagine if they are offering their services online to a worldwide market. All right, that is where things like Fiverr comes in, things like 5K Jobber, where you offer your services on the internet, and then people from Australia, from India, can use your service.
I have a practical experience of that.
I want to come in here.
Let's talk about security now, because there's this popular website where you can actually do business.
Yes.
But we've seen where businesses have gone wrong on that website. How secure is it for you to put up a business, and how secure is the other person buying from that website?
All I can tell you is that it's much better today than it was 2 years ago, even 1 year ago, because right now, a lot of those, you can just test that by checking with people who have used their cards online recently in the last 6 months. How many of them have complained or been duped with their card? Because the banks or the companies who take these online payments, they have better security. You have this HTTPS thing that they put most of those sites. When you see it, they are highly encrypted and encoded. But I tell people, it doesn't even matter if fraud is still happening online now. Fraud still happens in banks, offline. People still steal people's money. Every day they still forge your check and steal your money. The banks hide it, but I deal in that business. I'm a lawyer. I represent them in many of these things. It's still happening even bigger than you think. So for me, rather than worrying about the security issues, what we should be worrying about the opportunities that the internet presents to solve our sales problem, our unemployment problem, because the internet gives you access to the whole wide world. I have somebody here, all right, that I helped just 3 months ago, who created an Ankara store. She has a store in one of these markets, but if she makes 5 sales a day, she thinks she's doing great. But I created this online store for her. And right now, she's averaging about 50 to 100 orders a day.
For real?
From her house, yes. She sells it to London, to India, to all these places where they buy. Ankara, there's nothing you can sell out there. This is your shoes. If you put it on one of those sites right now, if you have 100 of it, you'll be surprised how many you will sell. Without having a store, you don't have store expenses, you don't have NEPA expenses, you just sell it. That is it. We should
Question.
Yeah.
Do I have taxation expenses? How does the government make money?
That's the word that is still going on now. The internet, and that's where I stand as one of the internet pioneers, that internet should not be taxed. It is free. All right? Yes.
If all of us go online, the government won't be making any money.
No, there are other works there. Yes, I'm sorry.
You briefly mentioned something about offering your service online.
Yes.
And I was saying I have a practical experience of somebody is building my husband's website, an Indian. Yes. They are building his website from here. He's talking to them over the phone, and they're actually building his website for him. Yes. Now, how can a Nigerian tap into that resource? Because the person, they don't even see. He has paid already. So you're making money from service, purely service.
Thank you.
Online, not products. You know, is it to sell shoes and sell clothes? Yes. How can you make money from purely service, your brain, and online?
In fact, that is what I am pushing the most. I'm not even talking about products. I'm talking about services for that unemployed graduate who can do proofreading, for instance. I'm talking basic stuff, like a proofreader, like somebody who can do graphics design. You have asked me not to mention sites, but all they need to do is Google. I just mentioned all you need to do is Google freelancing sites. There's thousands of them where you list your services. All right, and people come from all over the world to come and hire you to do those services. I'm talking about, there are some journalists who are making times 10 what they make as reporting, selling their articles online.
Okay, sir.
There are people who do graphic design.
Okay, how do I start this online business? For instance, I do events, and I have social media networks, you know, that I know people on. I know of Create Your Logo. Have a specific audience and know your target audience. Yes. But how do I tap into all the online resources as an unemployed graduate, for instance, to make money online?
Again,
practical steps.
It is easier said than done. Just go online, Google books on freelancing. Okay. There's plenty of free ones, even if you don't have money to buy. Okay. Download one and read it. It's very simple. They will tell you which sites to go. They will tell you how to list your services. Sometimes listing your services online is as easy as registering the way you register for Facebook. It is not that complicated. Okay. You go to those sites and people come to that site. If I were to talk about, there is a particular site that has over 800 to 1 million visitors every day who are looking for services in different areas, graphics, reading, writing, whatever. Okay. So if you know those sites and you have your services listed there, then you can start making money.
Let me take this call from Hassan. Hassan, are you there?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Please, I would like to make a comment. Very sorry. I would like to make a comment about these parents that start for their children. Okay. You see, we have to be very careful with this, our emotion. They were carried away by emotion. And it's very, very wrong for parents to seek examination for their children. They are killing the society. They are killing their children. This message is not only for those parents. It's for many parents in Nigeria. People go to JAM, bribe them to score high marks for their children. People go to university and giving them money for their feeding university, they include money for lecturers. It's an open secret in Nigeria. These wonder centers, these pass at one centers are all avenues for corruption. Look at it now. You can see where emotion took the former governor of Jigawa State too. Look at him and his children, all in prison because of emotion. These are the people that started very well in politics.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. Yes,
I have a question.
Nima. Yes.
We know that when you have a physical business points, location, and all that, you can have issues of consumer protection easily taken care of. How do you take care of consumer protection rights? When somebody gives me a less quality product online, to whom do I complain? What covers? What organization covers it?
Has its own rules. For instance, many of those sites now, if you get a product and the product is inferior, you can return it. Many of them owe the money in escrow. They don't give the money to the seller until you have verified that you received the product and the product is in good order. Just like the same way you walk into a store in Yaba and pick a product, you also have to do your due diligence to make sure that the place you are buying online is a trustworthy place. It's a place where a consumer is protected in terms of inferior products. But I'm coming back to the services. And I want to and I'm saying to anybody who might be listening online now, you have no excuse to complain about unemployment. Because if you simply go online and type freelancing services and teach yourself in the space of 6 hours. I have a guy that came to one of my workshops just 6 months ago. And I told him, you can do proofreading online. Everybody was laughing. I said, and I told him where to go, what to do with it. Unfortunately, I can't mention names of some of these foreign sites. He went in there, and today the guy is averaging over $2,000 a month, just proofreading.
Wow. Let's take this call from Sheo. Good morning, Sheo.
Yes.
Are you there? Sheo, are you there? Good morning, Sheo.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I'm a first-time caller. Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I love this program so much.
Thank you, sir.
I want to talk to Mr. Banwo. I don't know. I don't know if he knows about Clean Bank.
Clean Bank.
Hello.
Yes.
I don't know if you know about Clean Bank, sir. Clean Bank. Is there any way one can profit from that?
Well, we are not supposed to be discussing brands or sites here, but the principle is one. Yes, you're right, but I won't go into extensive discussion with you on that. But there's thousands like that. All I'm saying is that no matter what you can do, if somebody, because people are writing books all over the world and they're looking for people to proofread for them. People are doing designs every day. I still paid a designer yesterday online to design a banner for me for my Facebook page. And there are people, so you just need to know the sites to go to where you list the services you can do. There are people out there who are waiting to give you this money to do the work. So instead of going to fill out application, running up and down where it takes you 2 years to get a job, you can start out by training yourself. You get a training online. We can't mention sites, but if you go and training in proofreading, training in graphic design, training in whatever you can do.
All right, so give me let's be a bit practical.
Okay.
I have a website. Now, maybe I do bead making, right?
Yes.
And I upload my beads online.
Yes.
Now, people can actually pay and order online. That's one.
Yes.
Now, if I get lots of hits,
Yes.
can I get paid for just getting lots of hits? Can agents, can brands sponsor me simply because lots of people are going to my site? Do I get that also?
Okay, now you're talking about making money with your website, which is the direction it's going now.
Yeah.
You can make money many ways, like you rightly said, through selling, through what is called Google AdSense, stuff where you can put some banners on your site,
yes,
and every time somebody hits on it, they pay you some money. You can
pays you Google?
Yeah.
Yes, Google pays you. They pay Google and Google pays you. People advertise with Google. Google will now look for websites to put those adverts. If you sign up for that program, they will also put adverts. You just see adverts coming up on your site, and every time somebody clicks it, you get paid. You can sell banners. You can sell what they call sponsored posts, which I do a lot. For instance, that's the most effective. It's like
Let me take a quick commercial break. When we return, we really want to help people out there to actually sustain it. So those who already have it, how do they enhance what they have? Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, there are lots of people that have various services. I know somebody, I'm following her on Instagram, and what she does is she cooks all sorts of meals, and we all, because me, I like food. We always follow her just to see how she does the kind of meals. Now, she has over 50,000 followers. That kind of person, how does she monetize that?
Yes, now you use the right word. It's because that's the next phase now, how to monetize your traffic.
Yes.
So she needs to learn it. I mean, it's not something I can explain in one word, but I can give you an example. See, the typical person that comes and likes your page, they're not going to buy anything from you that first time. So just the same way people don't buy at the first exposure, even when you walk into a store. So that's why they call funneling. You create a squeeze page, or I'm trying to use a very layman word. You create something that can get them to sign up to be your follower or to be on your mailing list. And it goes to something called an autoresponder, which is something that automatically sends out mail every day that you will have pre-coded with maybe 7 different messages of what she sells. For instance, if I were to consult with her, that's what I would tell her. I say, create a funnel. Try to get people from your Instagram page, because they're not going to buy on Instagram. Try to get them into an autoresponder by offering them something free, maybe a cookbook, a free cookbook, or maybe a recipe. To download it, they have to give you their name, their phone number, and their email. That goes into an autoresponder. Then you write about 7 messages promoting whatever it is you are promoting, and that goes out every day automatically without you having to do anything. So because the typical person will buy after 7th exposure. And then you can begin to, that's why all those emails you get in your, what you call spam mails, many of them are from places you have visited who are now remarketing you. Then I will also tell that person, put retargeting on your Instagram page, which means anybody that visits your Instagram page, you can actually have an advert on the internet that anybody that visits your page will be automatically shown that advert anywhere they go on the internet. It's called star stalking. Everywhere they go, you just start seeing those adverts. You think the advert is everywhere, but really it's only targeted at people. I'm sure you have seen it, where if you go to like an Amazon or somewhere and just look at a product, for the next 1 month, anywhere you go on the internet, you see advert of that product. You would think that the advert is everywhere, but it's called retargeting. It's a whole new dimension. So 50,000 is a lot.
That's why we need policy to caution you people, because that's stalking now.
It's about stalking. Do you not stalk me on the street right now? I see billboards everywhere. Is that not stalking me?
But that's a whole lot of money. Ajumoke asked earlier.
Yes.
Whole lot of money exchanging hands, people making a lot of profit. Yes. How can government tap into it? Jumoke asked, how can they tax it? And you said you don't want it taxed. But can it be taxed for progress in the country?
Now, but for me, and that, like I said, if they get to the point where they want to tax it, people like me will take them to court. You cannot tax the internet. Internet doesn't belong to anybody. It's a free zone. Now, you do tax, they do pay their income tax if they make money and they are supposed to declare all their income every year. That's what they should be taxed. Including the one they make online. Yes, you tax that. Yes. But you cannot tax, you cannot put sales tax and VAT on internet.
Let me take Ni's call, then we'll take some tweets. Ni, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to direct my word to, is it Mr. Obi or something? Good morning, sir.
Mr. Bao.
Good morning.
Yeah, you know, I know there are many of you guys that know of this thing a lot. And coincidentally, I also happen to be one of them. But I'm a full-time software developer, so I have less time for all this kind of thing. Now, what I want to say is this. You see, I understand you guys are trying to help people. But you shouldn't be trying to help people in the name of bring money first before I give you information. You get what I'm saying? There are ways you can do it that you give them information, but they can't withdraw the money until they settle you, because you only know how they will get the money. You telling them to bring the money first before giving them information will make people to think, you know, this guy is just one of them, because many people are bought into such failed information. Okay. I don't know if you are thinking in my direction.
Right. Well, number one, you assume that everybody on the internet does that. A lot of people don't even do that anymore. We give out lots of free information. In fact, if you have ever Googled me or check it now, for the last 3 months, as part of my support for the government, I've actually been doing Netpreneur Empowerment Series all over the states in Nigeria. I've done 8 already, and I pay for the all, and I spend my own money. It's all free, because I believe that once people have information, it's easy to figure out how to sort yourself out. So it's even old model where you tell people to bring money first before you give them information. These days, you give them something free first for them to see the value of what you are worth, and then they can either sign up for coaching or buy any of the products you have. Okay. So I agree that people shouldn't say, pay me before I give. But even if you have to look at it from their point of view, when you go to buy a shoe, don't you pay money before they give you the shoe? So if the information of that guy is his intellectual property that he sells, take for instance a cookbook, like that lady that has a food store. Cookbooks, if you look at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and all of those places, cookbooks are the top selling books in the world. So if you put together a cookbook of Nigerian foods, she probably can sell to 5,000 people out of those 50,000 and make her money. But my point is, should she give them those books before they give her money? It's digital. Once they've downloaded it, it's done.
Now, are we doing trainings in schools and universities? Because young people have a lot of phones. They are always online, but they don't even know the value of what they can do with those mobile phones. What are we doing to ensure that these ones are just always coming to the, they're looking for a job? How do we get them empowered?
You just hit it on the money. That is, if I have issues with our ministries of education, with the educational system, is that we are still operating an education curriculum that is no longer suited for 2015. How can you explain somebody finishes a university? There is no course about how to employ yourself online. There is no course about how to set up a website. There is no course about how to market on social media. That is the world you are sending them into.
There's no course about events.
There's no course about events online. But that is the world you are sending them into. So they come out, they are still in that mentality of wear suit, wear tie, go and fill out application and be submitting resumes, when the world has moved beyond that. A lot of people, I have in my office, my internet business office in Lagos, I have only 3 staff. I use more than 20 freelancers on the internet. People don't employ people anymore. Because why will I employ somebody who's going to come and be giving me complaint? Is sick today, sick tomorrow, when I can get somebody on the internet for 5,000 naira to do the work I need to do for me with no excuses, because they will tell you when it's going to be delivered and how you will get it. So our educational system is warped. All our youths are on the internet. They just don't know what to do to make money from it. That's why I set up the school. Okay. Which obviously I can't mention the name, and there are many like that where they can train themselves.
Alawode-James says, online marketing is a global village where you buy, sell good products with best prices. Nigeria is an emerging country with potentials. Alawode says, I resigned from my job to take on online marketing. Today, I pay all my bills and I've empowered this same knowledge to my friends. Justine Fabrics says, Mr. Banwo on point. My friend renders services online, proofreading, he says, and he earns more than $1,000 per month. Because there's somebody else that was saying, this your guest, they lie. His name is Nigeria IT Job. Says, this your guest, they lie, Sha. $2,000 for proofreading. Now, in my monthly income online never reached $10,000 monthly. So he's asking that question, and there's someone else saying, my friend earns, this amount.
When you are ignorant, some things look impossible to you.
Yeah.
All right, take an example. I published a book online called Confessions of a Guru Wannabe, which is like my own experience when I was first trying to learn how to make money. And now I lost money. I'm sorry, no, it's even free online. I'm not even selling it. But the point is, when I was going to get it proofread, it's $5 for a page at a particular site where they proofread, whatever. It was 200 pages. That is $1,000 to one person.
Wow. I have to round up, unfortunately. Thank you so much, sir. I think we actually need to do a proper training, coaching session, a workshop for young people. Maybe Yourview can actually champion that and bring it, because I even want to learn. I really need to learn. So, but thank you so much, sir, for coming.
$2,000 is not small.
All right, that's all we can take on this show today. Don't forget, we are still on our road to size 10. You have to eat healthy, exercise. I'm going to the gym again today. Watch us on YouTube and catch us on Google+. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.